Patriot Prime Reviews is a channel for adult collectors and may not be suitable for children under 13 years of age. Viewer discretion is advised.
This video is sponsored by toyhax.com. They're your one-stop shop for reproduction decals for your vintage G1 Transformers and upgrade decals for your modern bots. Weaponry for your figures from the Toyhax Armory, and great looking backdrops for your display from Toy Stages. And now you can get 15% off of your purchase using my promo code PATRIOT at checkout. So yes, 15% off your order using my code PATRIOT. So check out toyhax.com and make your collection stand out from the rest. And tell them Patriot Prime sent you. Now, on to the video. The featured bot in this video is the brand new APC Toys Night Countess, a figure that arrived just in time for Halloween thanks to ShowZStore.com. And ShowZStore wanted me to let you guys know that they are having their biggest annual promotion on November 11th, and that every member has a chance to order points with a $10 discount from October 25th through November 10th as a warm-up to the 11th. Multiple coupons will be available for every member on November 11th and other surprises as well. So make sure and check out ShowZStore.com from now, October 25th through November 11th to see what kind of deals and specials they have in store for you. Now let's finish taking a look at the box here that the Night Countess came in. The front features some very bright and colorful art, but what I like is the art on the back. Welcome to Night Countess's Dark Fortress, and that just looks so cool. Now, if you haven't figured it out, the Night Countess is APC Toys' version of Transformers Prime Airachnid, and I think this box looks awesome. Now, I never had an Airachnid toy, but I heard horrible things from the official Hasbro release. I'm really looking forward to checking her out, as that I never had that figure. This is going to be a brand new experience of Airachnid for me. Now, I tell you one thing, this box is super light, so I hope there's something in there. So now, without further ado, let's get this box opened up and check out this awesome, evil-looking Transformer. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and welcome to Patriot Prime Reviews. Now, once you get the Night Countess all opened up and out of her packaging, you'll see she does come with a sheet of instructions that are fairly well illustrated and kind of easy to follow. It took me a while to figure out how to transform this gal. She also comes with a helicopter rotor / legs and 2 sets of extra legs right here. You've got 3 legs on each set. And then, of course, you've got the Night Countess herself. Now, taking a closer look at the Countess, this is a beautiful looking figure. I love the sculpted details, and the paint applications are absolutely amazing. They did a great job with this. I mean, look at the head sculpt. You got the horns up there with the gold detailing on top of the head, the crest, the outline around the helmet, purple eyes, the little slits below her eyes, purple lipstick. That looks so good. Then you got the details down here on the chest with the black, purple, the gold highlights there on the arms, sculpted details with the hands. Now the hands kind of threw me off at first. I thought maybe she was missing a thumb, but she's kind of got this karate chop look. You can see the thumb molded in right there with the fingers, with the gold around the wrist. Moving on down here to the crotch, which got the little pink highlights, down to the legs, which are black and purple. I guess that's more of a blue, so excuse me there. So you got the blue, nice color blue too. Gold for the knees, down here to the feet, where it's blue, and she has got her some heels. This figure looks awesome. I like the little sections right here, it kind of looks like she has a dress or a cape flowing behind her. I mean, I love this figure. This is so much better than what I was expecting. Now, articulation for the figure is kind of iffy. The head's on a ball joint. Can look up, look down, do a complete 360, but you gotta be careful. It's kind of tight, and her horns are sharp. Arms can go up slightly. This panel right here restricts a lot of movement with the shoulders, but arms can do a complete 360 if you like, but you have to manipulate it around her backpack. And she's got an elbow bend and elbow rotation. But like I said, you want to be careful with her because some of these joints are tight, and this is kind of a very light figure. I mean, there's not much weight to her at all. And when I was first messing with her, I thought I was going to break her because the plastic seems really thin, but the more and more I mess with her, I've lost that fear, but you still want to be cautious. So let's see, no wrist articulation whatsoever. There's a little bit of a waist rotation up here below the chest, but it's not really at the waist. These flaps can move around, legs can go up, they can go back, they can go out, they can go in, and there's a nice deep knee bend, and her heels can go up and down, but there's no articulation whatsoever in the feet. So she has very limited articulation, but you can get fairly decent poses with her. Now that brings in the extra sets of spider legs. I mean, this is her feature right here that she's known for. This is how she's shown online, and these look good, but there is issues. Now both of these are the same. I'm not sure if there's really a left or a right, but you got one end with the big pin sections, smaller pins on the other side. Now these legs, there are hinges right here so you can spread these apart. Once again, really tight joints. There is a joint right here and right there. So pretty much they just move out and up and down. And how these attach to the figure is on her back. You see these little holes. I'm going to attach these with the smaller pin section facing out. Just kind of pop those in. Like I said, the thin plastic worries me still just a little. And there's not much. I mean, that's a thin little section right there, but kind of get your finger in and just kind of pop that in place. And there you have her legs attached. But they just don't stay in really, really good. The more you move around with them, they pop right off. So you can get a little bit of pose with them. Like I said, there it went, just popped right off. My recommendation is go ahead and pop these things off, get a pose that you would like spread them out, then attach these to the figure. And that works. After you get the pose you want, go ahead and stick them in the back, and there you go. But when you try to move them, when you try to pose them, they pop off every time. And I wish that these legs had some ball joints in them to bring them more forward. Now you can angle them like so with the joints that they have. You can kind of bring them wrapped around the Countess right there. So it looks really good. Gives her a nice Doc Ock look, in my opinion. But the more you fool with them, they just pop right off. I wish there was a clip or something that would connect them a lot better. Now, she does have kind of a spider form that's shown in the instructions. And all you do is you close the heels here and unpeg the leg and just kind of bring the legs up, just like so. You're going to take the heels, you can peg those together like that, bring the legs up, bring the hip skirts around, and that's pretty much it. She's got this look like so. And then you can take the legs, bring these flaps up. We're going to reattach the legs here, kind of angle them down. And there she has her spider mode. And see, they just popped right off. I thought I had that good and secured, but it doesn't work. At least it's not working for me. As I said, I wish there was another hinge right there to bring those legs down further so she can kind of walk along. But I guess if you have a display stand or a flight stand, you can peg her in to a pretty cool pose that way. But just like this, it's just not going to work. And I don't know, it's something I'll probably never do other than just for this review right here. Her helicopter rotor legs, on the other hand, work great. As you can see, I've got them angled here so they'll fit within frame. Of course, you straighten them out. There you have the helicopter rotor, but to use these as her legs, there are little pegs right here that you just unsnap the leg from the base. And then there are ball joints on these, so you can kind of angle these around however you like. And then you're just going to take this little thing and peg it right into her back. So there you go. These legs work a lot better. They can go forward, they can go back, they can spin around. You've got the one angle or one little joint up there to move them around. And I think those work a lot better. I just wish you had more than just the three, but they have a lot more posability than the other legs. Now, of course, if you wanted, excuse me, her leg popped off, or popped apart. Now, if you do want to really make her look badass, you can attach all of her legs to her, and she looks really, really cool. But like I said, you want to make sure and get the pose you want before you put the legs on, because when you try to mess with them, they're going to pop off. So now let's get the Countess transformed into her vehicle mode. Now, the first thing you want to do before starting the Countess's transformation is remove the legs from her back. Then, at least what I do first, is I go ahead and collapse the feet together and then peg her heels together, forming the helicopter's tail fin. Now what you're going to do is take the arms, and there is a double hinge right there. I failed to show that off in articulation, but you're going to bring the forearm up and you're going to collapse it into the upper arm. Just make sure her hand gets in behind the panel here. So there's one, and there's the other. One goes in a lot easier, and just tab it in. Now what you're going to do is right there, the shoulders tab into these pegs. Go ahead and pop those loose. That way the shoulders will swing freely here in a moment. Now you're going to take the back section and bring this up, and there's a little panel right here. You want to flip this out, and this is very tight for some reason. So you've got that going on. Now go ahead and rotate her torso around like so. Bring the hip skirts down and around, and then what you're going to do is just bring this over, so you're bringing her head in between her legs. Go ahead and rotate the arms around just like so. Fold this down, and now you're going to bring, it's kind of tricky, bring the arms out while bringing this whole back section down, covering her torso right here. Let me see if I can do this. I've transformed her quite a few times, but this part is always tricky for some reason. Oh yeah, forgot. This would have helped. Go ahead and take the backpack, and you're going to bring these little panels up, rotate this around. That reveals the cockpit to the helicopter, and now that'll slide into place a lot better. So what you're going to do is tab these arm sections in. See the little hole right there matches up to the peg on the arm panel, and just tab those in. They can be a little tricky to line up just right, but once you get them in, they secure really, really good. But it's getting them in, that's the trick. Okay, real quick also, there's another tab right here on this end. So you got a tab on the back and the front, and there is a hole right there and there. So you're going to match these up at the same time, and they'll fit in a lot better. Got one. Now let's see if I can get the other. This is always such a pain when you're doing it on camera. Once you get these tabbed in, they secure really good. So now there is the front of the helicopter. You're going to go ahead and bring these panels back down and bring the hip skirts up, and they're going to line up. If you look right here, see that square hole? It's going to line up to the peg there on the knees. Also, you got these pegs right here. Let's go ahead and take the legs apart. I always forget this section too. But see the hole right here? Those are going to line up with those pegs. So get those lined up. This is so hard to do through a camera. And there's the other. Man, that was a pain. Now let's go ahead and tab these heels back together, the tail fin back together. That's all lined up and locked up. And now we're going to take that hole right there, match that up to the peg on the leg. So there's one side. And the other. So now we just clean up everything. The tabs back in. The front popped out. And there we go. There is Black Airachnid's, well, helicopter body. So now what you want to do, Black Airachnid Countess, take her copter legs here, and you'll rotate these around to where you have the peg, line that back up with the base, and just snap all of these legs back into place. These tabs are a lot easier than what was on the figure. And then just straighten these out, peg it into the top, and there we have the Countess in her helicopter mode. That looks really, really good. I mean, pretty show accurate. I don't know how aerodynamic it would be, but I dig it. I think it looks really, really cool. And when you spin it, make sure and spin it right here at the top. If you flip it to end of the blades, you can see how you bend them back into place, or bend them out of place. Man, I'm getting all tongue-tied. So yeah, pretty cool looking helicopter. I like the paint applications there for the cockpit. You got some pink stripes right there. And really, that's about it. All your paint applications are here on the front. It looks really, really good. And of course, you flip it upside down, you can see her peeking at you. But it's kind of a small helicopter mode. Let's see, I've got Legacy drag strip right here. So yeah, it's just kind of a small helicopter right there. So still really cool, pretty compact, and it pegs together really good. It's not going to fall apart. So yeah, I dig this. And now for some quick size comparisons, here's the APC Toys Night Countess with APC Toys Dark Master, Beast Wars 10th Anniversary Tarantulas, and Legacy Tarantulas. APC Toys Night Countess is a great figure that unfortunately suffers from some design flaws, which of course is all in those awesome legs that she has. I just wish that they had figured out some way to attach the legs better to have more posability, because she looks absolutely fantastic with those legs attached. It would be really cool to be able to manipulate her into some fantastic poses using those legs without them falling off. But other than that, she's a great figure. She has a decent transformation, and her helicopter mode is actually pretty good. It's nice, solid, tabs together very well, but it is a little tiny. So there you go, guys, the APC Toys Night Countess. So, does an APC Toys Night Countess belong in your collection? Well, if you're a Transformers Prime fan, absolutely. This is a great figure. aside from the connection issues with the spider legs. But if you're aware of that going in, I think you're really going to like her. She is a little light and a little bit fiddly in places, but still, I think she's going to look awesome on this shelf, and I am very happy with her. She took me by surprise. And if you want to get a night countess for yourself, look for her at showzstore.com. Plus, make sure and check out for those special deals now through November 11th. Now, guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. Also, if you're in any position to help out the channel, I do have a super thanks button, and I also offer channel memberships. And I have to give a huge shout out to all my current channel members because it's support like yours that helps keep this channel going. Once again, guys, this is Patriot Prime signing out. Hooah!